Hey, what's up? My name is Dimitri. Thank you for viewing my channel, man. I am excited because Dehancer reached out to me for a collaboration, and I have been looking at Dehancer for a while. I've been watching a guy here on YouTube by the name of Jared, and a couple of other filmmakers that I've seen this film look, and some of them are actually using film, some of them are not, some of them are using emulations. And so I was excited when Dehancer reached out to me because I already was looking at the platform. I already wanted to look at the software, and so I got them to send me both Premiere and Resolve, and I'm going to kind of talk about a review of how I like it and how it performs and what I dislike about it. But first, before we do any of that, I want you to look at this sequence that I shot using Dehancer. And don't be alarmed, I'll be in a whole different setting when I come back. So man, I'm glad to see that you had a chance to check out that sequence. Man, Dehancer is an amazing product. So if you just came to see whether it's good or not, it's great. I love it. I'm going to continue to use it. But here's something that I think is a little different the way I use it than probably most people will. Dehancer is marketed as a film emulation software. I went in with full intentions to use it as such. And then I started to play around, and I figured out that you can fully grade your footage in Dehancer. You don't need a LUT to pull your log footage in the Rec 709. They pretty much have every camera that I could see. You can literally go in and say, I used the Sony FX30, or I used the Blackmagic 6K, or I used the Canon, whatever camera, and you can say you use it. You can hit Rec 709, and it'll literally give you a base to use for your footage. And so instead of using a LUT like Butterly LUT or maybe the Phantom LUT that I use all the time, I was able to use just this software to pull my footage straight from log in a Rec 709, and then I was able to go through and fully grade that footage, mess with the contrast, mess with the white point, mess with the blacks, and I was able to add some things that normally you're not able to add, like halation and bloom. And so, man, I know it's marketed as a film emulation software, but I think Dehancer needs to go ahead and fully market this thing as a color grading platform. I fully graded that footage in Dehancer. I didn't use anything externally, straight in the plugin, and I was excited, and I started to get kind of hyped up, man, because I was like, man, there's some things that I can do now. I use an FX30, I use a 6K Pro, I also have a Canon R6, and I'm thinking about getting a Panasonic S5 Mark II X, and there's some clarity to that footage. There's some digitalness to that footage, especially when you're using lenses like I have, like the Sigma 18-35 1.8 is what I'm using now. It's a very sharp lens, and it gives you like this sharpness, and so I can get into Dehancer and I can make this lens look like I don't know, a Helios 44-2 or something. I can make it look, I won't be able to get, you know, some of that swirly bokeh and stuff like in the background, but I can give it some characteristics that that you normally wouldn't get out of this lens. So man, Dehancer is an amazing platform. Here's some issues that I had with the platform, and it was mainly probably due to my computer. I use a M1 Mac Mini. I do have a work computer that I use. It's an M2 Max Pro or M2 Pro Max, whatever version. It's an M2 Max, and I use Dehancer in Premiere Pro on both of those, and it literally it just kind of bottlenecked that software. It stuttered a lot, and I really had some issues with it. It wasn't until I went to Resolve, and I'm not saying that Resolve completely cut out the issues, because it still stuttered a bit, but it worked a lot better for me in Resolve. When I exported the footage in Premiere Pro, it said 5 hours. When I exported it in Resolve, it said 5 minutes. So I don't know, it could have been due to a whole host of factors, but on the M1 Mac Mini, Resolve worked the best. It was still choppy. It still was really hard to grade, and it just made me realize that I got to upgrade to a newer computer. But outside of that, man, I think that the program is an amazing program. If you're just looking for an answer, is this good, is it not, I think it's fantastic. You will have to spend some time playing with the software, going through and figuring out what you like, what you don't like. There's so many different avenues, and this is just the beginning for me. And so stay tuned on this channel to see even more footage from this. I'm going to be using it on a lot of footage. I'm shooting sequences now. I'm going to be probably using it. I'm just trying to figure out how I can use it and put it into my workflow, because I'm going to be shooting short films, docs, and all this other things, and I want to add Dehancer to it. So if you want Dehancer, I did collaborate with them. I do have a promo code in the description. It gets you 10% off, man. I'm excited, and if you use it, tag me, let me know. I want to see what you create with Dehancer. Dehancer, thank you so much for collaborating with me, and for the future, hit me up, man, because I love what you guys are doing. See you guys next time. Peace.